It finally happened. We're getting 2 S ranks debuting in one patch, and unlike last time, neither of them are free. And you only have 5 weeks to decide who to get. Which one should you pull? The beautiful and noble Lucia Pyroath, or the bubbly anime enthusiast Nanami Startrail? Well, fortunately, it's not as difficult of a decision as you might think, because this is a really generous patch. If you keep up with special events and dailies, you'll be able to afford both Lucia and Nanami, plus 1 signature weapon if you're lucky. And don't even think about spending a single pull on Yatta, our sporty little A rank. Instead, unlock her for free through the simulation shop, then get her to SSS+ rank through the serum consumption missions. This freebie is only available during Shaper's Ripples though, so don't miss it. Anyway, back to the S ranks. When it comes to affording Lucia and Nanami, try not to skip your dailies and weeklies. Since this is a triple patch, merging Shaper's Ripples, Crescent Sun, and To the Galaxies, you'll be getting 3 times the amount of currency each day. Or losing 3 times the currency if you miss a day. Ouch. But I get it. Logging in daily isn't for everyone, and Alpha's gacha coding may be siphoning off your funds. Fortunately, there is still a bit of relief. If we follow the roadmap of the Chinese server, we will be getting access to a special permanent selector starting in the next patch, which debuts Ishmael Parhelion. This selector will let you get any S rank up to Nanami Startrail 100% guaranteed. However, there is a catch. Getting the selector will cost you up to 15,000 BC, the same as any S rank. You do get some other goodies along the way though. If you can't afford both Lucia and Nanami in this patch, I recommend saving any leftover BC until you have the 15,000 BC you need to target whichever girl you weren't able to get on debut. Since the banner is permanent, you'll be able to guarantee any S rank prior to and including Startrail, so be patient. You'll earn enough eventually. And if you already have both Startrail and Pyroath, you could use this selector to get other top tier S ranks you may have missed, such as Hanyang Solistune or Chu Shukra. Or maybe a dupe of your favorite if you own them all. So with the reassurance that you can still get either Lucia Pyroath or Nanami Startrail anytime at a later date, you can now rest easy and simply pick your favorite for now. Wait, so you'd want to know who I'd choose? Well, okay, if you insist. I would prioritize Nanami. Here's why. Nanami Startrail is an S-rank lightning tank. She replaces the very outdated Vera Garnet, who is long overdue for retirement. Don't worry, Vera will be back in a new frame soon enough. Not only is Nanami a significantly better lightning tank than Vera, she's actually the top damage dealer on the lightning team, better than even fan favorite Lucia Crimson Weave. Lucia Pyroath, on the other hand, is a fire attacker, taking the spot of Lee Hyperreal. But while Lucia is undeniably stronger than Lee, it's not as big of an upgrade compared to Startrail and Garnet. And for what it's worth, Pyroath's rotation is quite a bit more complicated than Lee. That might be good news for some players, but other players may prefer Lee's more laid-back playstyle compared to Lucia. There's also the question of investment. Lucia Pyroath, frankly, needs her signature weapon. It will give her more orbs and a free matrix, which will allow her to complete a full rotation before being swapped out. I mean, you don't need it, but she's clunky to play without it. On the other hand, Nanami Startrail's signature weapon is a straight-up damage upgrade. The extra damage is great, but it's not required for her rotation. So if you're short on BC and can only afford 1 character and 1 signature weapon, I'd go for Nanami Startrail. Okay, let's compare effects. Effects are different kinds of damage that you can build teams around, sort of like elements. Startrail has the combustion effect, the same one Bridget has, though, Nanami is much stronger than Bridget. This makes Nanami the best character to deal with combustion-weak enemies, especially since we don't really have a proper combustion team yet. Pyroath, however, has the plasma beam effect, which does damage over time. You'll want to build your team around Lucia, as the only other plasma beam character is Karenina Ashir with her leap skills. However, in the next patch, Lilith Demonissa will join the Plasma Beam team along with Nanami Startrail? That's right, despite being a combustion effect character, Nanami Startrail becomes the best tank for the Plasma Beam team with the help of Lilith Demonissa. This is because Plasma Beam damage works with lightning buffs and debuffs, so a good lightning tank is necessary to make the most of this effect. But that's not the only team she slots into. Nanami is also one of the best tanks for Luna Oblivion. Luna wields the Nihil element, which works a bit differently than the other elements. If you want to know more, you can click the link in the corner of the screen, but for now, all you need to know is Startrail goes great with Oblivion and Ishmael Parhelion, who releases in the next patch. Though I should say, Watanabe Epitaph and Wanshu Lucid Dreamer work in this role too. Lucia Pyroath, however, doesn't work on any Nihil team, seeing as she overlaps with Luna's role. As of right now, she belongs strictly in the Fire and Plasma Beam teams. So with all that, that's why I recommend prioritizing our little Nana Knight over Lucia Pyroath. But if you already pulled Lucia, that's okay. Lucia is still the best Fire and Plasma attacker, and will likely be meta for a long time. Also, we're getting married. Aww. And you can always get Nanami Startrail later through that permanent selector I mentioned earlier. At the end of the day, it's always best to get every single S-rank if you can. But we understand that some people take breaks from the game, and some people prioritize fashion. Who could blame you when alpha looks this good? Of course, if you're a spender, you probably won't have any trouble getting both characters right away, though spenders should be very careful in these combined patches. Check out this video to find out just how expensive these triple patches can get.